Davis, and welcome to another Don't Know Much About Minute. You know, I'm a sucker for forts. It's true. Whenever I'm out on the road, I love to wander around an old fort, whether it's a national monument or not. There's almost always a good story to be found in a fort. The other thing I'm a sucker for is the national anthem. It's true, I still get a chill whenever I hear it, even when it's sung badly at football games, which is most of the time. But the two things come together with Fort McHenry in Baltimore because that's where the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, was actually written. It was written by a man named Francis Scott Key. He was an attorney. He was being held by the British while he was negotiating for the exchange of some prisoners. And while he was on board the ship, the British were bombarding Baltimore. They had just burned Washington, D.C. They wanted to do the same to Baltimore. In the morning when Scott Key got up, there was the Star-Spangled Banner flying proudly over the fort, and he was inspired right there to write down the words that became the Star-Spangled Banner and the national anthem. You may have heard parts of that story. There are a couple of things that you may not know about the writing of the national anthem. First of all, the reason that Washington, D.C. was burned was that America had burned the city of York, which is now Toronto in Canada, a year before. So this was retaliation. The second thing is that Francis Scott Key wrote the words, but he didn't write the music. He borrowed that from a song of the day, which was actually a popular drinking song. I guess we should be glad it wasn't 99 bottles of beer on the wall. And finally, it didn't become the national anthem until 1931. That's when Herbert Hoover signed the act into law, making the Star-Spangled Banner our national anthem. One more little curiosity about Francis Scott Key, or actually his son. He was also an attorney, a district attorney in Washington, D.C. He was involved with another woman who happened to be married to a congressman. That congressman, Daniel Sickles, killed Francis Scott Key's son and then got off because he pleaded insanity. It was the first time in American history that someone had pleaded the defense of temporary insanity. That's a little bit of our hidden history.